All right, today is February 23rd. It's 2 days before the greatest day in the history of mankind. It's my birthday. I'm just kidding. I'm not that egotistical, but I am egotistical. Don't get me wrong. All right, it's 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, it's we're doing. I'm going to do a quick lesson on SPACs. This is just going to go under the random tab, random information. Yeah, it's a special purpose acquisition corp. All right. So does anybody know the way that they come about? Like first you have what? What happens? Anybody know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You have the IPO, right? You have a SPAC IPO, right? And that IPO says, hey, you know, we're gonna raise money and we're gonna go after this type of asset or blah 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 blah. And then what happens? What happens after that IPO? Does anybody know? Yeah, they go look for companies to take public. That's right. Okay, so you have the two entities, right? So you have um, your IPO, SPAC, right? And then whatever company you're trying to take public, right? And in CCIV, that was Lordstown Motors or something like that. I forgot what it's called. Um, okay, Lucid, LM. Am I right on the Lordstown's the other one? So Lucid. All right. So what were they saying that this was going to be valued at? Do you guys remember saying, hey, this is the value? You guys remember what they were saying this was going to be valued at? No, not even close. Not even close. No. Paco. Paco is right. So it's 12, 15 billion. Okay. So we're just going to use 15 billion just to make it easy. All right. So what does this mean? So price relation wise, what does this mean for this to happen? So they're valued at 15 billion. The way that SPACs work is you're going to have 1.5 billion shares issued. And what's that issue price going to be? Anybody tell me? 10. That's right. $10. Who does the valuation? It's uh, it's a combination. It's kind of like your let's pretend you owned a business, Ozzy, and you were trying to take your business public. What would you be doing? Right? You're trying to say, hey, this is what I value the business at. This is what they value the business at. And you have investors saying, no, you're overvaluing, you're undervaluing. And then you have people that are willing to pay a certain price. And then that's what creates the value, right? And so you have three steps here, right? You have the IPO, and this is called the pipe. Anybody tell me what pipe means? I go over it in my dilution. It's an offering. Anybody tell me what pipe means? So you have the initial IPO, you have the pipe, and the selling company shareholders, in this case, Lucid shareholders, right? So the pipe is, nobody knows what pipe means? You guys haven't watched my dilution training on it yet? Yes, exactly. Private investment in public equity, right? That's your pipe. And so you have the Lucid shareholders, right? Pipe selling for 1.5 billion for $10. Well, occasionally you have things that go different. Which one was it? Was it one of them skipped the pipe. They just skipped it altogether. Another one, I think Bill Ackman did his for 20. He priced his at 20. And then you can see these guys priced theirs at 15, right? Why did they price it at 15? Well, it was because they upped the valuation. I forgot what they upped it to. I think it was 22, maybe 24. I don't remember. But they priced it at 15. So when this stock was trading up here, everybody in our short room, we're loading up on puts thinking, why in the heck is this trading so high? And it's because, you guys tell me, why was this trading so high? And why is it still trading around 30 bucks? Remember I said this was a long, probably around 30? Can you guys tell me why are people willing to pay this on this? Why has this one got so much hype? Chamath pumped it. It's because everybody thinks this is the next Tesla. Have you guys seen their cars? I mean, they're nice. Nice. Nice cars. Yeah, they're nice. And they're going to be shooting production off of the lower price ones, the ones that are priced under 70 in 2022. So this company that these people acquired is a big deal. It's a big deal. And a lot of people are trying to catch the next Tesla. Yeah, I think, yeah, Nikola was a SPAC, wasn't it? Space was a SPAC. Let's see. Yeah, yep, Nikola was a SPAC. Space was a SPAC. There's been a lot of SPACs, but to be honest with you, most SPACs don't work. So what are the three parts of a SPAC? Can you guys repeat that back to me? The three parts. Here, I'll put it in chat just to make sure you guys understand it here. So all right. So I'm gonna, just for the recording, just gonna repeat it. Usually there are three companies: the initial IPO, right? You have the PIPE, and then the selling shareholders. In this case, it was Lucid shareholders, right? And so, do you guys know what CCIV IPO'd for, right? I don't know if you guys know. So CCIV went IPO at $10 a share last July for 1.7 billion with 170 million shares, right? That's what they did to raise money to try to acquire somebody. And so the $15 billion, or it was $12 to $15 valuation, was based off of $10 a share. That's literally what it was based off of. And so that's why everybody was wondering why in the world this was running like it's running. And so they said, you know what? We're going to raise it to 15 because of how crazy this is. We're up at 65. We're going to raise this to 15. And so I am not 100% sure about the IPO lockup period time for these guys. You know how when you're a brand new IPO, you have a lockup period. I'm not exactly sure how the IPO lockup period works. I'll have to dig into that. But these new shareholders, right, that are holding at 15 bucks a share right now, right, and they're going to end up selling for 60, 70, 100, whatever. But they do have a lockup period. I'm just not exactly sure when that is. Yeah, I have to dig into this a little bit more. I'm not as familiar with this lockup period. But there will be a lockup period for these guys. Here, let me see if I can Google it real quick. Lockup period for CCIV. I want to go news in the past 24 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to dig into it, but so you see right here where it says they paid a 50% premium, right, over the original investors. A lot of big people in here: BlackRock, Fidelity. Yeah. So you're saying Churchill sponsors 18 months. So the lockup on this one is 18 months, Rowdy? Rowdy? Um, all right. So that's just a quick lesson on SPACs. Any other questions that I can answer on this? Six months. That's what it says. So Carol just put in, once the merger is complete, shares will be in trading as Lucid with a different symbol. There will be about 1.2 billion shares outstanding, right? But the PIPE investors' shares and the original Lucid shares will be on lockup for at least 6 months. Okay, interesting. So it's 6 months for them. Yeah, I don't know if there's like legal limits or if they're negotiated. I just don't know. I know there's a lot of legal limits, right, for the legal things for IPO companies. This is why SPACs have become so popular. It's funny, like government creates rules and then the market just creates other things that get around those rules, right? So you IPO through a SPAC, so now all the IPO rules are useless because everybody's going through SPAC. Basic question. So the special purpose acquisition company does the IPO and know the underlying company. Mitzi, when you say no, do you mean KNOW? Like they know what they're going after? Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay, not the underlying company. I got you. Okay. Yeah. So that's exactly right. The SPAC company is its own entity doing its IPO, and then they go look for a company to buy, right? And so what you'll get a lot of times is you'll say, hey, we're targeting this company, this sector, we're looking for this. So our special acquisition corporation is looking for this. And so then they find a company that they want to acquire, and then they start working out a deal. So that initial IPO has nothing to do with like CCIV had nothing to do with Lucid Motors, right? They just IPO'd and now they've acquired it, and here we go. Yep. So investors in the pipe. Okay. Thanks, Rowdy. So yeah, this is so September 1st. So everybody that bought at 15, right? It's saying, hey, September 1st. I'm actually gonna let me I need to put this in my notes here. All right. Note it in. All right. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. I think we answered the question. Stop the recording.